Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Crane, and I'm going to read you a story today for reading called Plants Feed Me. It's by Lizzie Rockwell. This book is an informational text. That means instead of photographs, it has illustrations, has captions and diagrams with labels. Informational text usually contain photographs, but this one has illustrations. It also has captions, which is the words under the pictures, and diagrams with labels in this text. It's called an informational text. Just looking at this book, can you make a prediction about what you think the story's going to be about? What do you see on the cover? What do you think we might learn? Now, as we read the story, we're going to see if your predictions are correct. Is the story about what you think it's going to be about? It's called Plants Feed Me. And here's the title page. Has the same illustration. Notice there's a little girl with some plants in her hands and a little boy, look, he has carrots. We read a story last week about the enormous carrot, didn't we? And this is, what kind of plant is this? A tomato plant. Ooh, I see lots of yummy things here. Plants feed me. Ooh, there's that sight word, me. Ooh, look at all these. Got an eggplant, pumpkin, a bell pepper. Plants feed me. I am a plant eater. You can read with me. Read it with me. I am a plant eater. Good job. Always point to your words. Plants reach up for the sun. Look how tall that plant is. That's a really tall plant. Look, the vine is still growing up, 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 trying to get as close to the sun as it can. They grow down in the ground. Yep, look at the carrots. Do you see the carrot? It grows down in the ground. Here's another plant that goes down in the ground. I eat different parts from different plants. Okay, so now look, they have an illustration and they have labels. This is called chard, lettuce. We eat lettuce, don't we? We eat the leaves, don't we? Spinach, we eat the leaves. And cabbage, we eat the leaves. Story says, sometimes I eat the leaves. And sometimes I eat the roots and tubers. Okay, let's look at these. A carrot is a root. See how they put the word root there beside it? And then we have a beet, and they have the word root labeled there. Potatoes, and then there's all those little roots in there. A radish, and a parsnip. Those are all roots we eat. We eat potatoes, carrots, radish, beets. Roots get water and food from earth. I eat the bulbs. I eat the stems and flowers too. A bulb, like an onion, is a bulb. We eat onions. And notice they have bulb labeled, and they have the root labeled, and this says onion, so you know what you're looking at. That's a good diagram. Asparagus. Here's your roots again. And then here's the stem. That's the part we eat. And the flower bud. And then over here, we have broccoli. So here's the roots. And the flowers. On broccoli, we eat the flower part. I eat fruits. Some grow on trees. See, they have apple labeled. The boy's picking the apples. Apples grow on a tree. You're right. First, the flowers bloom. Then come the fruits. So here's the flowers. Then the fruit. See how they labeled the pictures? Flower, fruit. Fruits have seeds. See how that's apple? They've cut it open. I bet when you eat an apple or an orange at home, can you look for the seed? The seed is in the middle. A seed can grow a new plant. So if you take that little apple seed and you put it in some soil, give it water and space and soil, it will grow another apple. You're right. Good job. Blueberries. Oh, let me hold this up. Blueberries are fruits. They grow on a bush. See how the blueberries grow? And notice all the blueberries don't get blue at the same time, do they? Some ripen faster than others, but they grow on a bush. See the little girl picking the blueberries? And they're a fruit because they have a seed. And melons are fruits. They grow on a vine. See, this is a you can have watermelons and cantaloupes that grow on a vine. So it starts out with a flower and then it turns into a fruit. And as the fruit grows, it looks like this, and then it's going to look like this. Like a honeydew melon, cantaloupes that grow on a vine. Fruits hang from the tomato plant. So here's that tomato plant like we saw on the front cover. So it has to have the blooms first, the flowers first, and then there's this tiny green tomato grows, and then it slowly gets bigger and starts to change colors. Look at all the tomatoes in her basket. Pumpkins, peppers, and eggplants are fruits too. Do you see the seeds? Pumpkin, peppers, eggplants. They have seeds. They're fruit. In some plants, the seed is the best part to eat. Peas are seeds. They grow inside pods. So here's the pod. See where it says pod seed? Look at all the peas inside the pod. And then here's your another diagram, another illustration, and they have the word pod written there. So where the peas are inside that part is called a pod. Can you say pod? Beans do too. So there's a green bean, string beans. These are cranberry beans, dried beans. How many of you have beans in your house? Yes, we like beans, don't we? They're a seed that we eat. I eat seeds from rice plants. This is what a rice plant looks like. It grows in water, and these are the seeds. That's the rice part that we eat. It's a seed. I eat seeds from wheat plants. There's the wheat plant. Now here's the seeds. This is the part the little red hen took to the mill to make into the flour. Wheat seeds make flour. So they take the seeds, they take it off there, take the husk off, take the seed, they put it in a grinder, a wheat grinder, and they grind it up into little pieces to make flour. So this is the steps to make flour. Flour is used to make bread and lots more. Our pasta, our macaroni comes from flour. A lot of our cereals come from wheat. Our bread, our crackers, our flour are all made from wheat. Now look at this tree. Ooh. Do you see what's on that tree? The squirrel down here likes it. The girl's picking something up off the ground. The little boy's shaking the limbs on the tree. This is about walnuts. Walnuts are seeds. They fall from tall trees. So this is what a walnut looks like. It grows in a, that's the fruit. And then the fruit covers it, and when it gets ready, the fruit opens. A walnut is inside the shell. When the shell opens, then we have the walnut. That's the part we like to eat. It's very similar to pecan, right? We like to eat pecan. That's a fruit too. Now look what they're having for dinner here. Look in the bowl. Are those plants we eat? Is this plants we eat in the soup? And more plants we eat in these dips. Look at the fruit back here on the dish. Read with me. I know you know these words. I eat seeds, and I eat leaves. I eat flowers, bulbs, and stems. I eat roots and fruits. Plants feed me. What about his bread? Is that from a plant? Yes, you're right. What about the soup? All the vegetables in the soup? What about the juice? Does that come from a plant? Look over here. Little thing of olive oil. Does that come from a plant? Yes, it does. Olives grow on trees. Ooh, look at this. Now we're at the farm. Look at all the eggplants, pumpkins. What about the pigs? Do they eat plants? Yes, pigs eat corn. What about the sheep? They eat lettuce, possibly. Grass? Cows eat grass. Do they eat plants? Yes. What about the farmer? Does he eat plants? Yes. Look on the farm. They got an apple tree. What about the chickens? Do they eat plants? They eat corn and they eat grains. Everybody eats plants, it says. Plants feed the world. The end. Was your prediction correct? Was the book exactly what you thought the book was going to be about? Did the pictures help you figure out what the story was going to be about? I'm sure it did. You thought about all the plants that we eat and we can grow. So let's look at a page in the story. Why do you think the author put these labels on these plants, on these pages? Do you think the author was trying to help you? Chard, lettuce, spinach, and cabbage. Remember, we had cabbage growing at school in the courtyard that we went out and looked at. Okay? Do all plants look the same? No. They don't all look the same. We were talking on this page about the different kinds of leaves we eat. Lettuce is a leaf, chard, spinach, cabbage. They are all different kinds of leaves that we eat, but apparently the insects must like them too. Okay. What about bread? Where does bread come from? Well, we remember from the Little Red Hen where the bread comes from, right? Bread comes from what? Wheat, which wheat is a plant. You got it. We eat the seeds from the wheat plant. They take those seeds, right? Grind the seed part up and make it into flour, which then we make into lots of other foods. Who eats plants? In this whole story, who eats plants? Do you eat plants? Does Mom eat plants? Do animals eat plants? Yes, the whole world eats plants. I hope you liked our story called Plants Feed Me. So next time you're looking at another story and it's teaching you something that's called an informational text. And a lot of times they will have photographs or illustrations, and they will have things labeled in the pictures. Okay, kind of how the peas were labeled, the pea seed and the pea pod. They put labels there and captions underneath the pictures, telling you what everything is in the picture. This is called an informational text. I want you to look around your house and see if there are plants that you eat. I know there is. If you look on your reading and science board for this week, you're going to find a spot on there that asks you to... Let me find our board here. Miss Crane even has it. ELA Science Board. Ooh, look how all these spots you just did. Watch your teacher teach a lesson. Oh, got it. Done that. And another one said, let me find it. Make a list of 5 plants that we eat. So, I bet you can do that at your house. Make a list of 5 plants that we eat, and you've watched your teacher teach a lesson on Seesaw. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.